The Battle of the Bulge. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to our video on Call to Arms, Gates of Hell, Ostfront, the Liberation DLC. In our previous episode, we had a huge defensive line here pointing north and northwest against the Americans who were counterattacking against our failed attack in the Ardennes during the Battle of the Bulge. The Germans now creating a defensive line to try to hold back their counterattack, and somewhat succeeding, and now, well, fighting back against the Americans who flanked us and have now captured this village here. We're going to go ahead and get some mortars and some other things over here and start clearing out the town. So welcome back. Good to see you. Thank you very much, as always, for leaving a like, subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for all your comments and supporting this amazing game. It's really great, and it's good to see so many people interested in Call to Arms, Gates of Hell, Ostfront, and the new DLC, Liberation. Now, I'm still playing a little early version here where I can only play some of the German missions, and I was only able to showcase the first two missions before its release, and so obviously I'm recording a few missions before its release for everybody to then release a little bit later, and we'll be showcasing the American campaign, as much American content as we can, because that is what's new. The Western Front and the American forces primarily being focused on here, and it's great to see. And I hope to see more DLCs added for perhaps the British in the future, and maybe North Africa, Italy, and so on. We'll see if maybe Call to Arms can do it better than Company Heroes did with North Africa and also Italy. We'll see. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get our forces here from this defensive line, which is kind of quieted down, and we're going to move over this way. Now, the Americans could counterattack again, so I'm going to leave some AT guns and troops here. I don't know what will happen, so we'll err on the side of caution and try to do what might be best for our offensive here at this village. We're going to try to bring a mortar over here. We're bringing a 112 millimeter mortar over this way, and we're also going to bring our other mortars over. I think there's another 80-something millimeter. I think the Germans have an 82 millimeter, if we can find that. There it is, the 8 centimeter. So it's an 80 millimeter mortar here that we'll bring over. This is going to decimate the enemy's position in this village. I mean, they're just completely occupying it. Surprised that they actually didn't come up behind us and try to attack, but I guess they were given orders to attack the town and hold that while the other forces were supposed to push forward, and if we retreated, then we would fall upon their forces in the village. So it would have been bad times upon bad times for us. This is something new, by the way. In addition to, like, you know, of course, the whole American forces that have access to, like, 25 additional Shermans, I think I've seen this for the first time, a little supply trailer, which can be hauled by the half-tracks and several other vehicles, which is great because it's a huge amount of supply, much bigger than, like, for example, the, I think this one holds 500. I think the ammo boxes that soldiers can carry may only carry 250, so could be double that. So I'm happy to see that. We'll bring a medic over. Actually, we'll get both these medics to drive the supply over. Need medics for our attack and, of course, supply to maintain the mortars and whatnot. And these snipers could be good, too. Oh, looks like we got the supply truck ready to go. That big O mortar could actually be towed, that 120 millimeter, but we're going to just go ahead and kind of wheel things over as best we can. I'm kind of nervous about the Americans shooting at us. It looks like, for the most part, they're kind of maintaining their line. Now, we took minimal losses in that defense. I'm really impressed. We were under a pretty good artillery fire. The enemy was pretty aggressive. They did hit some of our trenches fairly well, and most of our troops here survived. In fact, the ones I thought would actually die, these outliers here, did a good job too. So, wow, probably one of the best defenses we've ever had, although maybe by design. We fortunately didn't see any Shermans, and it was mostly Chaffies. The Shermans more than likely could have been like 105. The Americans do have a Sherman that has a 105, like a howitzer on it, and we could have seen all sorts of different messes come our way, so good thing we didn't see it. All right, we'll bring the mortar up, and basically the rolling delete button. Incredibly powerful mortars are in this game. If you do play the Conquest mode, which of course now you can play as the Americans, or Conquest mode against the Germans, that's going to be one of the things that you can do. I feel like somebody should mod that, too, so you can play against the Soviets and do some sort of a Cold War gone hot early type scenario. Alternative history, but, you know, it's mods and stuff bring all sorts of stuff like that. And so that would totally be fine. It's your game. You mod it however you want, you know? And by the way, another good piece of news that I've heard is that you do not need Call to Arms anymore to play Call to Arms Gates of Hell Ostfront. This used to be a DLC on top of a game with additional DLCs, but now that's no longer the case. But I still highly recommend Call to Arms as a modern version. In many ways, it kind of feels like, I don't know, to me, playing like maybe Command & Conquer Generals. But, like, you know, of course, it feels like somebody modded Command & Conquer Generals into a game like this, although it's not directly like with the GLA and the Chinese or whatnot. But that would be great to see somebody recreate that or some of those missions in a game like this. By the way, just to give you an idea of how successful our defense was, yeah, there's probably like, I don't know, 8 to 10 Chaffies destroyed, 6+ Stuarts, and probably damn near 50 infantry. That probably, oh yeah, that had some bad times. They also brought some howitzers up, and they did advise us to go to the American lines to capture some of those tanks. So I think, now that I think of it, we should go up there and do that. That's going to be part of our operation too. We'll start over here on the left. The Chaffee would be most beneficial to us if we can find one that's isolated. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and push up and capture those. So we'll probably primarily take the Chaffee tanks. We might actually have to defend that village in the crossroads after we take that village. So it might be a good idea. I see at least maybe 2 capturable Chaffee tanks. We pretty much liquidated everything here. It'll take a little bit of time, but we'll get all of our forces in gear. So we've got machine gunners coming over, mortars, riflemen, and everything else. On open fire, so go right ahead and have some fun. 120 millimeter. That thing can destroy a tank with the correct, accurate hit. Forces there. They're kind of getting curious and sneaking up on us. The Stug up there on the hill and the half-track should, with the machine guns, be able to wipe out anybody who comes nearby. Keep our sniper there. Maybe we'll bring this group down here too. We got to get this supply truck over. But the actually, you know what? The 2 medics here, we'll have them assist in this attack just in case we get wounded. Then we'll drive the truck back. And we do have troop transports too, but I just am not taking the roads because the Americans can kind of control the roads. All right. Go ahead and sneak up. Seems like it's going to be better for us to flank. Oh. Come right there. Actually, this is good. The Americans with the gunshots could come our way, and they're going to walk right into a machine gun. Yep, and that's exactly what they did. We'll flank left. Groups can go this way. Now, another thing about the recently completing or playing a few of the missions from Conquest mode, I realize how the end of that game mode has so much vehicle recovery in it. After the battle, you know, Conquest mode essentially is like, all right, cool, you've completed the main objective. Do you want to move on to the next mission? And if you do, you know, you lose out on the opportunity to capture enemy vehicles. So if you're playing as the Americans and you've wiped out a German tank squad, you certainly want to occupy all those tanks and repair them so you can bring them back to the next battle and then either sell them for points or whatnot. And a lot of that's kind of just like after the battle, nothing really happens. You've got to wait a little bit of time. So this is kind of just essentially cleanup too. And we also have some captured friendlies on the American side too. Some Germans were captured. We have some POWs we'll need to rescue. Got a medic. Nope. Oh, medic without ammo. That's fine. You can just stay back. All right, let's get on that road with the MG. All new voice acting for the Americans too, which sounds outstanding. I'm hearing more and more of the American lines as I play, and I'm hearing new lines each time. Liking it. Like, not a lot of cover here, so probably down to a handful of Americans. Set up our MG here. And once we get all of these vehicles and such repaired, we'll have to go to our supply trucks and probably gobble up all of our supply. Have to get everybody pre-armed and them ready to go. An enemy soldier. Oh, just right there. All right, we'll just pop a grenade and that should be that. The grenade doesn't kill him, he will run, and all those guns pointed at him will certainly, he'll meet his demise. Goes. All right, area secure. Let's start the repairs. Unfortunately, another Chaffee kind of wreck there. We do have American howitzers. There's another Chaffee. All right, so we at least have 2 Chafees, maybe. And another artillery gun. Actually, is that a howitzer? It is. The unfortunate thing about capturing vehicles is sometimes it takes a lot of our own troops to be able to actually operate those vehicles, and so thus it takes away from our power on as infantry on the ground. So, but with these being vehicles, we should be able to at least howitzers. That is, we should be able to roll up and cause a little damage. We could take the Stuarts too, but that's just going to be added time. We don't have enough manpower to occupy all these vehicles. We'll just take the Chafees and the artillery. I just simply would rather have more machine gunners and whatnot ready to go. And we'll ignore the half-tracks. Half-tracks, M8 Greyhounds. Fortunately, we'll have to ignore those. If this were conquest mode, you want to gobble up everything and take it with you. Not able to repair. Ah, he has too much stuff and too much junk in the trunk. He can't carry that the repair kit. Now he can. So some of these vehicles are lightly damaged. The tanks took a pretty good wallop from Pack 40s, so take a little bit of time. And we could have multiple troops repair the same vehicle so long as different subsystems are broken. Like, for example, the left and right tracks, independently, if they're broken, we can have 2 soldiers repair each of those independently. Also bring this MG up. But I feel like the Americans may attack again from this direction. I'm not sure. But, you know. We got all our AT guns here. We may as well keep them this way. I haven't really heard any fire from this direction. The AT. He's dead, but that does mean that there's going to be tons of Zooks in there. That's good. Totally awesome. We'll have to just keep the artillery and stuff back. All right, let's do this. Let's push up with our... While we're waiting for repairs on the other side, we'll push up with our infantry. Then we'll push the mortars up to here. See if it's clear. Then we'll move up to the house, see if it's clear. And then we'll just keep pushing into the village. And probably swing right. Ooh, that's cute. I did not see that before. An operational Hellcat. That could try to zap our Stug, so we'll keep the Stug back. Maybe we can hold the high ground here. Well, there's actually some soldiers on the back of that. I did not even know that. It was hard to see those guys. They blended in so well. Great, additional troops. Oh, these guys are probably going to come out to be additional drivers of our tanks. Amazing. 1 minute we go from an infantry division to a like an irregular captured division. captured equipment. All right, we'll push up. And we're just going to kind of create a wall. Going to push forward slowly. Just a cozy core artillery attack, that's all. It's on par with Stardew Valley and everything else. Unterwegs. Okay, let's go have that artillery. Let's bring these over and try to figure out who's who. We'll get medics and stuff out of the vehicles later. Just right now, let's get them crewed and over to our side. Try to put riflemen in there, keep like HMGs and other things. Repairs are needed. Oh. Much crap again. Another guy with too much stuff. All of our engineers, I guess, huh? We won't need that mine detector. I think they did a great job with Call to Arms Gates of Hell Ostfront with how they've redone some of how the medics work and how engineers work. You know, most people can repair stuff, but of course, you know, someone could figure out how to repair something, but doing something medically could be a little different. So obviously, if a soldier's bleeding out, it's going to be more on a medic to do that. But you know, soldiers can bandage themselves, and I think they might be able to bandage others. At least they can exchange bandages. So there's some basic, very basic medical training, unless you're dealing with a medic. We'll get our vehicles to here, and then we'll go back to the forest and then flank around. All right, Chaffee's looking good. Still repairing it, though. Like the engine's still knocked out. Anything else you can do for it? Nope. Funny, this always reminds me of how confused I was when I saw the movie Battle of the Bulge with the Germans in, I don't know, I think that movie was made in the 60s, and when I saw all these tanks, I was like, well, damn, that kind of reminds me of that Vietnam tank. You know, I didn't know what the hell I was looking at the time, but I was like, it was so confusing to watch that Battle of the Bulge movie where they primarily used, I think, M60s, Patton tanks, to represent the German tanks. Like, they really didn't specify Tiger or Panzer IV or whatever. It was just the Germans. And so you paint it white or gray, throw the little iron cross on the side, and it's the Germans. And I was confused for so long because of that. I would see those movies on TV all the time. I was like, dude, Battle of the Bulge is sweet. And I had to figure out, like, what the hell, like, why would they do? Well, because, you know, I guess in the 60s when they made the movie, that tank was plentiful and kind of advertised the Army's arsenal and power and whatnot. So, you know, that's had a few drivers go over however the story goes, however they got those tanks, and it's like kind of interesting. It makes you think, like, you know, people shriek now about historical realism with like Fury having one thing wrong or something like that, and it's like, well, come on, man, just you know, relax with the whole, like, you know, just let yourself be immersed in the movie, and you know, don't let that vein pop out too much. Just take a breather. It's, you know, it's a cool movie, isn't it? No. Horrible. Brad Pitt wasn't in World War II. Wrong. Like, well, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, wait until those people find out about those M60s in Battle of the Bulge. Good movie. I always reminded of that scene where the Germans knew the war was over because one of the German commanders found, like, I don't know, they ambushed a mail truck or something like that, or intel captured a command point or something like that, and they found chocolate cake in the Americans' you know, supply. And it's like, well, if the Americans have time for chocolate cake and we can't even basically get fuel, it's all over. which is what this offensive is kind of all about at this point for us. That's basically why we're not really with any vehicles, and that was the main objective, was to try to push forward and capture enemy fuel supply points. And it's like, wow, that was quite ambitious. Didn't work out, but ambitious. And well done with how the campaign worked in Call of Duty, doing the United Offensive Battle of the Bulge. It was outstanding. Same with Kursk and a few other things like that. Oh, that's cool. We can knock down the fences, but the snowdrifts remain. Very accurate. Alright, so we have a Chaffee. Second Chaffee's on the way. We should have, is it 3 artillery? 2? Oh, there's a third one there. I'll have to capture that too. But I'm out of men. I think really for our artillery, we just need 2 people inside of it. When they're driving, that's one thing, but when the vehicle's stopped and they're shooting, then they can loaders, etc. Random gunshot. The Americans are creeping up from time to time to our position. Sure. Wow, that Chaffee must have been horribly damaged. Right now they're installing the extra large drink holder, the Napa leather interior, the Bluetooth, you know, the infotainment center, GPS, all that other trash. Infotainment. We'll drive these vehicles over and get the medics and stuff out. Obviously we're not going to have them crew that. They're just repairing and driving it over. All right, let's do a last check. We've got M16 or whatever, M13, don't need it. Half track, don't need it. Stewart's meh. Grip to the Chaffee there. We wouldn't have had enough men to capture everything anyway. I do want more boots on the ground than treads in the field, so. Can I get those troops to come over? Not quite yet. Oh, and I need somebody to drive that truck over. Not the MG. Go with the rifleman. All right, let's. That's gonna be good. Oh, interesting. There's no like 50 cal mounted on the turret there, but the holder is there. Or maybe that's for our XM satellite radio. Lavish, these. Lavish. Where we get our chocolate cake. Okay, well, now that most of the equipment is here, medic and AT's got to get out. We just basically got to put only a rifleman in there. Want anybody with AT out. Engineers can go in there, though. We're not going to be building defenses anymore. Engineers are certainly welcome to go into those tanks. Is it a crew of 4? %51 efficiency. We have a crew of. We need a driver, 2 gunners, and a commander. Want to put riflemen in there. Engineers and riflemen are fine. The engineer. We're going into a town, so close quarter combat will be more of a thing. And was it a crew of 4 or 5? Wait, 1 passenger. Oh, that's what it can carry? Carry? They're all going to laugh at you. Let's put another soldier in there. Troops can jump into that artillery. What is that called anyway? The T-30. Okay. T. Gonna bring the pain. Okay, let's get our supply trucks nearby. Probably bring the artillery up a little bit there. You need somebody to drive that truck. Got it. Pathfinding is a lot better around trees and stuff, although the AI certainly can still commit the ultimate sin of horrible grenade throws where the troop has a clear line of sight to the enemy and kind of is just trying to get the perfect, like the perfect cast from Goof Troop. It's like, bro, just put it in the damn water. You know what I mean. Okay, rifleman's fine. Alright, so the 2 Chaffees should be good. Yeah, I have an AT. Oh yeah, he has a grenade launcher, okay. Rifle grenade, that could be AT. Another engineer. Rifleman driving the truck, rifleman driving the truck, okay. Americans taking pot shots at our supply vehicles, jerks. Well, it's taken some time to prepare for this offensive, but it'll be worth it. All this equipment here. Switching out all the riflemen. Panzerfaust. SMG. Alright, that's fine. Well, I don't know. Wait a minute. Let me check the other squads. You guys got... I need engineers and riflemen. Did he repair that truck? Too full again. He's also carrying ammo for machine guns there, so we'll just leave that in the truck. Be interesting if you could capture munitions like that and then convert it into other munitions or something like that. An example being like, I don't know, you find a Panzer IV that's destroyed and you gobble up all the ammo and machine gun ammo and such, and then throw it in the truck, and then it just becomes generic supply again. Which might break the immersion a little bit. You know, like if you're taking 7.92 and converting it to, you know, supply that can be used as tank shells, that doesn't really translate. But other games, you know, let you do stuff kind of like that. Alright, and our supply truck's repaired. Good. And did all of our artillery arrive? Yes. All right, SMGs, medics, assault riflemen. That doesn't have a rifle grenade, does it? Oh, he's a rifle grenadier. Okay. I may have put some of those in the trucks, but I don't know. Vehicle's probably a little more important than a rifle grenade. Panzerfaust, he's out. Panzerfaust. Put the lieutenant in the vehicle. Okay, so anything ready to go, let's put down here. Our tanks, let's get on the line too. They're ready to go. AT out. Artillery are in. Bill's taking shots. I've had enough of that crap. Fire back. Okay, so we'll have an infantry squad approach left and right. Goal is to try to capture those POWs up there the American have taken when they took the town. Howitzer fire at will. 48 rounds. Damn, is that what's it? 105? 75. Okay. Not bad. Interestingly enough, smaller than the mortars we have. But probably better range. Should be able to attack ground. Start bombarding somewhere where the Americans be at. Good spot here. There's more trouble than it's worth. I think tanks might just be more valuable here. Impressive fire. There we go. Repairing the rest of that. This other half-track artillery's ready to go. I think we are actually getting kills. Oh, yep. See stuff flying away. That could have been a rifle. Range on this is pretty limited, so mortars are still more effective. But the attack begins very lightly. All right, let's save here and get ready. All right, just to be safe. Saved. Let's go ahead and continue on with our attack. For all that setup, certainly don't want anything to crash or go awry. No surprises. Freeze. All right, let's push forward with the Chaffies. I thought the Americans fired a mortar at us. This is an interesting DLC because some of the times here, hedgerows in the west of France will prevent our units from moving straight forward, and this is kind of the same too, where snowdrift will kind of prevent troops from moving. Maybe it depends on the tank or the vehicle, but still something interesting to consider. Put our tank on the high ground there. Another great thing to zoom in too is to see exactly where the high ground can be. Give you a little advantage here. If we park our tank right there, we have a great line of sight over to other vehicles and whatnot that can be out there. All right, that Hellcat is active. No, it's that half track there. But whatever. We'll consider the half track to be Hellcat to be armed and dangerous. So far, so good. Forward with our half track. Our medics back. I feel like our artillery, if they can fire at these troops, they should be. Or maybe they are. Oh, yeah, they are. Wow, good. So the half-tracks are actually worth it, the American-captured artillery. I feel like at this point the Germans have more AT than the Americans do with all those Panzerfausts. It's crazy. But bazookas are certainly a nightmare. I'm just fearful of an American counterattack. Yeah, we've got more. Wow, we got like more medics than we do damn troops. Oh well, it's a good problem to have. Oh, I don't know if we actually resupplied everybody too. We should definitely do that. make some pseudo squads here based on that. We want to make sure everybody's got munition. I want a machine gunner to go out there with half his capacity and run out. I think the Americans are just hiding in buildings or behind buildings. Not seeing like a lot of defenses outside. Sniper in the bell tower? Oh, Parker, get out. Oh, damn. That was definitely a Parker get out. Damn. All right. Very nice. Bell tower exploding like in Saving Private Ryan. Cool. The rest of these troops here. Looks like for the most part, our infantry has most of their ammo. I know we did have that one medic that ran out of handgun ammo, but not too big of a concern. Love this small supply cart, actually. You know, I wonder if troops can push that. Oh. Actually have the medics bring up the ammo to the mortars. That's cool as hell. Nice. All right, so that thing could be pulled by like a half track or maybe a smaller vehicle like a Kubel wagon maybe, and then also pushed into place by troops, which is outstanding. That's what you want. Bring that near mortars and then, you know, push it away if the enemy attacks or something. All right, little by little. Now we need to minimize losses here because there could be a counterattack. You know, if we clear the area and it just says, you know, GG, mission complete, it'll be like, well, we went too slow. But if we go too fast and lose everybody and then there's a counterattack, bad. Don't want bad times. Oh, little American Willys. Little Willys Jeep there. Beep, beep, Jeep. Nice. Get dead. Group of Americans there. Good. Okay. Some Americans around that church. Put our tank up on that hill, and let's bring all the infantry. No. The trucks can stay here. All right, we got such a mishmash of just like SMGs and medics and snipers. I don't want to have to sort through all that crap just to create perfect squads. We're just going to blob it. You can yell at me all you want, but you can't doubt the blob. Ask the Soviets. What that movie was about, dude. Soviet infantry attacks of World War II was exactly what the blob was about. True. Don't look it up or question it or anything, but it is true. All right, well, I was going to go left and right, but based on the terrain, the left side here seems a little better. Right side's a little lower. Left side gives us the high ground. And with our infantry approaching, makes the Americans poke their head out. Our medical corps. Whoa, you're gonna melt the damn barrel, bro. Wow, they already went through half that supply. It was worth it, though. We just secured the whole left flank. With the mortars again. Still a few stragglers, but we'll just check in to see what condition our condition is in. Nice. Oh. Oh, there's still somebody over there. Oh, hi. All right, cool. Artillery can close in further. Well, things are wrapping up into a nice little package, I'd say. Now, the church actually has some good defenses around it, so let's utilize that. Hard cover. Uh-oh. That's not good. Turn your ass off. That thing's got like what? 430 cals or 50? Oh yeah, 450 cals, dude. It is amazing the lifespan and the versatility and the use of that 50 cal. It's insane. It relatively unchanged, mounted onto everything. The versatility, reliability. I mean, it's a good example of when something works. Well, no need to change it. Mortars are doing work again. Fly up here. Yeah, the mortars, the only problem about those is that they gobble up. Absolutely gobble up ammo. But, you know, good weapon for offense or defense. Arguably, I think it's almost a better offensive weapon than it is defensive. Offensively, the enemy can continuously move, but if you're using it offensively, the enemy is stationary, and you're going to have a good time. They'll have a bad time, though. They will not have a Baja Blast. All right, well, we've got kind of a blob here to deal with on this road, then a big blob back over by this Hellcat that's active, peeking at us. The Americans are refusing to move that Hellcat, though, which is both good and bad. If they moved it, likely one of our tanks could just pop them. Duke into the fight now. Doogie Hauser moving up. Surprised that wasn't like a mortar pit there. Hell, did we just run over? Wow, we just crushed like an American Jeep. All right, now if we can sneak up on that Hellcat, that'd be cute. There it is right there in its natural habitat. Europe. AP. You can hit him in the ass. Good hit. Got his attention. Oh boy.
Oh shit, rounds incoming.
Oh, that's bad.
Man, when can we eat?
Artillery, take cover.
All right, cool. Well, that's a big threat out of the way. Same with that M16 or whatever it was before. The M13, the one with just two... I've seen now the M13 and the M16 for the American half-track with the... I think it's dual or quad M2, 50 cals in the back. Not certain of the designation, but... Let's put our troops in a little better position. Yeah, all these Panzerfaust are really for if the Americans counterattack, we can hide in every little nook and cranny. Resupply the mortars again. Get our chaffies to work together. Stug's working in a good spot. Great thing about the Stug is that machine gun on top of the Stug is completely underrated. It is such an effective... Half-track machine guns are pretty good, but man, that Stug with it, it's just a rolling bunker. I've had more success with the Stug killing infantry with the machine gun than almost any other, like vehicle-mounted MG. It's very effective, incredibly accurate. It just works great. And the main gun, of course, is... Wu-Tang Clan, ain't nothing to mess with that one. Duke's not impervious, but it's probably one of my favorite tanks for the Germans, aside from the Panzer III and IV. But I always feel like the Panzer IV in situations in this game is always outmatched. For the most part, you always want to just use a Panther if you can. But it has its uses. We're going to have to be gentle here as we approach the Americans on the left. Our friendly forces are over here. We can't really utilize mortars. This is out of ammo. Yeah, medics. They've tended to the wounded. As in, lack of ammo. It would have hurt our mortar's feelings to run out of ammo. Okay, up the troops again. Now, this is going to be interesting. With Americans to our left. It is horrible to find cover here. All right, a few enemies around the destroyed Hellcat. all these Americans just laying down. Well, let's see if we can just bust through and come up the opposite side. Concerning. I see an engineering truck. Could mean we're going to have to defend against a counterattack, maybe. We don't kill our own dudes. Good job, but stop celebrating. We're not done yet. The Americans are storing the captured weapons in the boxes. Stables. Stables? The Americans... What the hell? They're shooting... Hey, they're shooting unarmed men. What the hell? Whoa, 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 whoa. Fall back and get all of our emplacements to the town. Oh no, the Americans are going to counterattack again. Wow, war crimes, dude. Absolute war crimes. Where's our medics, dude? What the hell? Come on, I'm trying to heal dudes. Oh, God. Now we have to defend again. All right. Get all the medics we can over here. Oh, we got to defend again? All right, well, that means I'm just going to see you all in the next episode. The final defense. And for the Battle of the Bulge, Call to Arms, Gates of Hell, Ostfront, the Liberation DLC. Thanks for joining me. All next time. Oh, this is going to be a doozy.